automation, process automation, hardware in loop simulation, design and development of control systems that includes P and ID, PLC, soft PLC, and SCADA systems. So I would like to request Mr. Ajaya to take over the session now. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Desai sir. So I'll continue by giving a quick recap. So whatever I did it in the last session. Is my screen visible?
Not yet.
Not yet, sir.
Yeah, it's visible now.
Now?
It's visible now.
Okay. So yeah, sure. Okay. Thank you. So last session, we went through the Modelica model of tank system. So I explained how to drag and drop the components from the library, connect them, what individual components are, that is a source, water source, from where water will be going to a tank. From tank, outlet flow is controlled through the valve and then to sink. So a variable from these models will be taken out and will visualize and control the valve through CodeSys. So we have given these ports for taking out the variable that is of the tank and giving the valve opening through this inlet variable. So and that is on the Modelica side, and then on the CodeSys side, explain what the each component is there in the CodeSys system. This code has, that is a PLC program, the local variables which are used to display it in the visualization, and then are linked to the global variables from Modelica to Modelica, which are being written and read by the OPC server, and a script, that is an OPC client script, which this OPC UA client script, which is used to link between the Modelica OPC server and CodeSys OPC server. And I explained that the variable name should be given such that both places it is consistent, and it for the script it is clear that from where it has to transfer the data from which variable to which variable, so how to map. So that's where we give this I and O in the variable name, first character of the variable name, so that the script can map it easily. So which is input, which is output to that corresponding software. So everybody were able to extract that script file, right? Their antivirus didn't delete it, I hope. If your antivirus is running, when you run this script, it will get deleted. So please make sure that your antivirus is switched off, or its protection is off, so that when you run the script, it will run. So now, so that's about the quick recap. So now I'll run the system. So first I'll run the CodeSys side. and then show the visualization with dummy data. That is, there's no data coming in from Modelica, how it will be. So now any first thing is to build, see any error is there, and there is no error, it is okay. So in the bottom of screen you can see that Codesys small icon, it is not started. So I'll start the PLC. So I have already dumped the code, so when I start the PLC it might show the visualization directly. Yeah, but I'll repeat the process anyhow. So now, so you can see in the bottom corner that the text is in red, and if you click that, it is showing that PLC is in running condition. Similar way, when you click on device communication settings and click here, so this, it'll light up in green color, so saying that it is ready to connect. I'll connect. So it is now showing that PLC is running, and I'll download the code what I just compiled. So it is downloading the PLC code. It is now downloaded. Now I'll run it. So now you can see the visualization. So you can see the everything is 0, and the communication link indication is gray. So saying that there is no communication link. So the plot is also not running. Simulation is also not running. Everything is idle. So now what we'll do, we'll go to Open Modelica. The examples, in the examples, interacting tank with PLC, that example I have opened, that I'll run in OPC UA server. So that is, I'll give 100 seconds and 0002 interval, and we'll go to interactive simulation and tick this. So to make the OPC server enable in Open Modelica, you have to do this. You have to go to when you click simulation settings. First, in general, you give the time and the interval. Then you that is normal, irrespective if you are running in Open OPC UA or without OPC UA also. For OPC UA, additional thing is that in the interactive simulation, you have to tick this, and in simulation flag, at the bottom you have additional simulation flag, where you have to tell that the simulation should run in real time. So that is this flag dash RT in small equal to 1.0. So this means that the whatever model is simulating will simulate in real time, and it will send the data in OPC UA, that is interactive simulation, through this port number 4841. So by default, port is 4841. So we'll keep that itself. In future, if required, that port can be changed. But for now, I have kept it as 4841. In the script also, it is same way. So for running this model in OPC UA, main thing is that interactive simulation should be ticked. It should say 4841 simulation server port. In the simulation flags in the bottom, in the additional simulation flags, it should be written in this flag should be written so as to indicate that model will be simulated in real time. After doing these three things, you click OK. It will compile, and then it will be ready for simulation. So previously, if you haven't used that interactive simulation, so what happens is that it will start simulating as soon as you come. After compiling, it will start simulating. Here in the progress bar, you can see 1%, 2%, and then going on until it will directly finish the simulation. So it won't wait for anybody. Now, what it is saying that, so it has created a channel and it is waiting for the OPC UA script so that CodeSys will connect to this, and then it will start the simulation. So up till that time, it will just wait. So there is no simulation going on right now. It is just waiting for commands from OPC UA. So similarly, now on the CodeSys side also, it is waiting for OPC UA. So now what we'll do is we'll go to the folder and run this script. So just directly double click it. So if your antivirus is not blocking this, it will run. So it will say warning OPC UA this thing, and then Modlicon OPC UA client started. So now if you see here in Open Modelica, it will say connected. Session connected. So additional line is already there. So it will say session activated. And if I go here, in the CodeSys visualization, the communication is green, and there is a default value. So this is 13.3 is the default value of the tank. It's already there, and valve is at 0 position. So now what I'll do, I'll give valve opening as 1. But still, here you can see valve feedback is not coming from Modelica. That is because simulation is not started yet. So if even though I change the valve opening, there is no change in level. That is because simulation is not started. Only communication has been established. Now I'll start the simulation. Now you can see level is rising. So level is rising. So valve is completely open. So up till a point, so from source, water will come, accumulate, and then of 0.005, that is 0.05, sorry, meter cubes per second, flow will go out of the tank. So at one point, so you can see the graph, at 33%, it's saturated. Now if I change the valve opening, so as I decrease the valve opening, level increases. I completely close, and then I increase again. It again decreases. So what I'm doing is by opening and closing the valve, I'm restricting the outlet flow. So you can see that if I open it completely, the outlet flow is high, that is 0.06. Initially opening and closing the valve, I'm restricting the outlet flow. So you can see that if I open it completely, the outlet flow is high, that is 0.06 initially, and then comes back to 0.05. If I start closing the valve, outlet flow rate reduces, level increases. And then so now here with the slider and with this, I'm giving I can give the valve set point, and you can see the feedback here. So as I change here, so from the slider, it is going to the script to Open Modelica, and then it is sending back that valve opening has been changed to the new value what you had set. And then it is simulating the values of the level. So here, if you see in Open Modelica, it's now seeing that simulation has started. See, 1% it is, and then since it is running in real time, since it is running in same laptop, it might be a little delay. So, now when you tell real time control, so it works in microseconds or nanoseconds. So the Modelica expects in terms of microseconds, but CodeSys won't be able to give it in that time. As I mentioned before in the last session, CodeSys runs in terms of milliseconds. So that's why it shows missed deadline here. That is just a warning showing that the values are not coming in terms of microsecond range. It is in millisecond range. But still the model will run. You'll be able to visualize the level change, or so this level change what is coming is from the tank model through Open Modelica. So this keeps on running for 100 real-time seconds. Okay. So any problems in the any problems or any questions for now?
Participants, is any participants able to come forward, and if you have any issues, can you share the same? Hello?
Yes, we are able to hear you.
So from the last session, everybody able to follow the basic steps or basic things involved in this Open Modelica as well as the courses linking part?
Yes.
Okay. So the visualization what I showed here. So now it is it is stabilized with the level. I didn't change any wall opening, and then it is still running. So this you should be able to visualize in your individual systems. So this executable file OPC UA client is a Python script written and then made it in terms of an executable, which links between the Open Modelica as well as the Codesys. So if I see go to the Codesys environment and see from Modelica, you can see the values coming in from Modelica. So tank level at the moment is 58.52. Wall opening is at 0.75. Flow rate is about 0.05.
I think Ajaya has issue with the network. He will resume the session within few minutes. Let's wait. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, Ajay, you are audible now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry once again. This was again another power disturbance. So
Okay,
my
no
laptop
problem.
froze
Go
a
ahead.
bit. Yeah. So everybody were able to run the files. So So as I was explaining that, so the using the OPC UA, this is how we share data from Modelica simulation to PLC. Just like how last time, last session of Ritesh, he had shown from Modelica you are going to VR. So now Modelica to Codesys. So when you combine all of these, you get the whole package of VR experience, model, and then PLC, where PLC will be doing the controlling or the control logic execution. Model will be doing the physical simulation, and then VR where you will be visualizing it virtually. We'll just wait for my laptop to resume, and then I can show once again the whole process. Meanwhile, if there is any doubt on the components used, please let me know. Anything I have to repeat, anything you're not able to follow, please let me know. I'll just explain it once again.
Dear participants, anyone who is not able to go in pace with Mr. Rajay, please let us know. In the meantime, till Ajay uh, is able to share his screen, I would like to draw your attention to uh, the fact that uh, VR hackathon is being planned tomorrow from 11:45 a.m. onwards as scheduled. The problem statement for the VR hackathon is already being circulated through email to all the participants. In this regard, it is being decided to distribute attractive prizes for the first place as well as the second place winners of the hackathon. So I request all the participants to actively participate in hackathon, and if you have any kind of doubts or issues, Mr. Ajay is there. You can get it clarified in the today's session. Later, you will also have an opportunity to interact with Mr. Ritesh and Ms. Monisha. who is going to discuss about the interacting tank model using 3D modeling. So this is a just an information I thought of sharing it with you. The same information is being circulated to all the participants through email. So I request once again all the participants to actively participate in this hackathon. Ajay, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry once again. Now I'm joining back from my laptop. Hope my screen is visible.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, since my laptop restarted, I can show you once again the whole process. So from OpenModelica connected tank library, we have the example interacting tank with PLC. So where we have drawn drag and drop the components from the library and then placed it in the example, connected them, and then we have put ports. The real ports are there in Modelica standard library in blocks, and then in interface. So you can do this way, or you can just type it in the search bar real, and then you can go through in the Modelica standard library. You can get real input and real output. So it's just dragging and dropping, and then the port's name is kept that such that the variable name is consistent in the codesys as well as in the Modelica, and the first character represents from where the data is going to, that is the data flow path. So from what it is starting and what it is ending. So if it says it is from Modelica, it's an output data stream. It's going to codesys, and then if it's showing I here in Modelica, it means that from codesys the data is coming into Modelica. Now, since last time I already had dumped the PLC code, I just have to start the PLC. So PLC already has the code. If I just start the PLC, it will run, and then you'll be able to see the visualization. So here it is. So visualization is there. Now to run the OpenModelica model, so as to share the data from OpenModelica to codesys, what we'll do is in simulation setup, we'll have to click the interactive session, interactive simulation, keep the server port at 4841. In simulation flag at the bottom, additional simulation flag, you'll keep it RT equal to 1.0, indicating that we want the simulation to run in real time. That's why RT equal to 1.0. And then in the general settings, we'll keep the stop time to 100 and interval to 0002. Then keep and press OK. It will compile, and then it will wait for codesys to so that from the codesys you can start or stop the simulation through this. So it is now compiling. So once it compiles, this plotting window will open. and it will say now it is session activated. I'll wait for the 0% in the progress bar. It won't change because there's no connection between the OPC UA server of Modelica and CodeSys. So now I'll run that script. So if your antivirus was not deactivated, here it will say archive problem. So that will delete the executable file. Now, if it is not, then it will run and it will say Modelica OPC UA client started. Now, if you see here, the communication in CodeSys is green. It has a default value tank, and then stop is highlighted, saying that simulation is in stop condition. You give a wall opening and then start the simulation. Again, wall starts. Now, wall value gave feedback from Modelica as 1. So whatever value you gave, it went to Modelica and back. Now it is giving the outlet flow rate. Tank level is rising. And if you see in Modelica, it now shows the progress bar. It is going up. So now it is at 2%. It will go on, showing that it is simulating. So it is simulating the condition. So water is coming from source to tank. Tank, it is getting accumulated, and since the outlet wall is completely open right now, there is a 0.05 meter cube per second flow of water from tank to sink. So that's why you see now inlet and outlet flow rate became equal. So there is no rise in level. Now if I start closing the wall, outlet flow rate will reduce. Inlet flow rate is now 0.05. So outlet flow rate is 0.04. So that difference is making the level rise in the tank. Again, it will saturate at one point when the flow rate becomes equal. So 0.05 inlet and outlet, it will start saturate. Slowly it will saturate. So this is only displaying the 2 digits. So in the third digit it might be changing. So it is slowly stabilizing. Close to 80%, it will stabilize. So if I change the wall opening again, so you can see that I increase the wall opening, level started reducing. I reduce the wall opening, level starts increasing. So manually, without using any controller right now, by just moving the slider, you can manually control the level to keep it at one point. So, and in this graph, you can see the live level in terms of percentage. Now this is running. So now if I click simulation stop, it stopped at this value, and then communication went red. So the script will say it has client has stopped. It has been stopped. So there was no from CodeSys side it is stopped. So it is done. So we have terminated the connection. It's closed. In the Modelica side, if you see, it says 100%. At the end, it will say that process simulated or completed. And then you close this. Now it's almost as if you are back to start initial condition. So it is in stop, simulation is stop, communication is not green, so that there's nothing sharing between them. So this value CodeSys will retain, in the sense whatever last value it got from Modelica, it will remain there until unless again the communication is established back with Modelica, the new values will start appearing. Until that time, it will continue with that whatever the value was put from Modelica to CodeSys before the communication was terminated. So yeah, so that is a link between Modelica and PLC, or the control logic execution. To stop the CodeSys PLC, if you just right click on the CodeSys tray, if you just stop PLC, that block will go off. Will close itself, and then PLC is stopped. Then again, if you want, you can repeat the process, keep it running. So any doubts? Anything to clarify? Yeah, the basic flow is understood, right? And how we have connected the simulation engine, that is OpenModelica, to CodeSys PLC, or the soft PLC, where the control logics are written. So right now there's no control logic written, as you saw. There was just data sharing happening. So from OpenModelica,
Jaya,
yes.
you are supposed to share the screen, but the screen is not visible. Are you
uh,
discussing?
Till now it was not visible.
I mean, are you have switched on the screen? Yeah, now it is visible.
Okay. No, I had shown the
Yeah,
Google
this
Meet
was the screen
display.
visible to us.
Yeah. No, so whatever I was discussing, was asking if the main flow path is understood or not. So once I had stopped the PLC, and now again I had restarted the PLC, so now it will show 0. So the last value, whatever Modelica had sent to CodeSys, is now gone. So because the PLC is now restarted, it's eventually switching off the PLC and switching on again. So now everything is 0, back to initial conditions. You start again. If you want, you can start again.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, on that day we have seen that we can use this codices with the help of, we can get the data from Google Chrome also, right, sir?
Yeah.
We
So
can,
in this file, since I am sharing this in the OPC UA to OpenModelica, I have not put the web visual. So if you see in the CodeSys file what I had sent, there is no web visual in the visualization section, correct? I'll just open it once again, but you can verify by yourself that in the CodeSys file what I had sent, in the visualization manager section, there is only target visual. There is no web visual. So this tank system, I have kept it in only running in only in your PC. So now if you try, see that PLC is running, but if I try to run local host and this thing, like how we did in the last session, it won't run. It will say site is not reached because in CodeSys it was not configured. So by default, if you just do CodeSys with target visual, it will run in your laptop. That's it. It won't be running through Chrome. For that, you have to enable web visual. I'll show if you want, I can do the in this file also same thing. But by default, the file what I have shared, it doesn't have a web visual. I can show you how to enable it in this file itself. Main thing in running Codesys web visualization in Chrome is that the web browser takes a lot of processing in the of the device. So when you're running PLC in the same device, OpenModelica also in the same device, and if you do the web browser control the visualization through web browser, your system might slow down drastically. So that is the main reason why I left out the WebVisio for this particular session. But if you have a if you don't have any other process running in your laptop, then you can definitely put the web visualization for this and then run. So I am opening the tank system file what was shared, and I'll show you how to put or how to enable the WebVisio part. So as you can see here, in the visualization subsection, there's only target Visio. Target Visio means that only the visualization will be there on the target PC, or that's the right now what you're developing in that PC itself. So that won't be available in the web Chrome or any web browser. So how to enable is that you go to double click on Visualization Manager. One second, it's not opening in terms of that. Okay, now you have the visualization manager here, right? Next, you do right click, add object, web visio. So you can give the web visualization name, web visio or web visualization name. And now web visualization is added. So so in the web visualization, now you have to make sure that start visualization is the name of your visualization, what is there. That is this screen, the tank screen. So you can have multiple screens also. No, it's not necessary that I have only one screen. So what you can do is you can add multiple screens with different names. And then in the web visio section, you can keep one as a starting page. And then subsequently, you can keep buttons to change the page also. So now this is enabled. I'll keep the scaling option fixed. And so now you can see in the left side, under the visualization manager, there is a web visio section. I'll compile it again. So I'll build it. Any error is there, it'll show. And then dump it to the PLC. So when you're dumping to PLC, if there are online changes, that is now it was running before and there was no big change. As in, I didn't change the control logic as such. I just changed the small features of the courses. So it can be an online change. So what you do is log in with download. So PLC was running before. It won't put all the code from scratch. It will put only the whatever parts you have changed. That's it. That is what is meant by online change. So it will be much faster. Now, so what by default this screen what is shown in the laptop is what is the target Visio. That is this screen. If you now go to web browser and same page, if you refresh, yeah, now you can see the HMI in Chrome browser. So this is how you enable the web visualization. Same thing is now still controlled through this. but I'm not running OpenModelica, right? So it won't change anything. So if you want to run it through that, interactive, ensuring that it is in real time, interactive simulation is ticked, and then okay. So now it might be a little slower because I'm running through web browser. I'll run the script again. It says script is started. If you see the web visualization right now, it will have the default value. I'll keep it open and then start simulation. So it is still working. So yeah, this depending on system to system, this might be a little laggy when you are controlling through web visualization.
Sir, this local host 8080, it is not
Mhm.
working in my system. Means what might be the problem, sir?
So you added the whatever I told you right now. Did you add it?
I did everything, sir, except that open Modelica connecting tanks. That part I came late, sir, that so that I was not able to catch. But in
Okay.
Codices, I have imported everything. I have created that web in visualization manager.
Okay.
Then, with the help of Chrome, I typed the address as localhost.
Please
Colon.
share your screen, sir. Please share your screen. I can assist you.
Sir, actually, I will try, sir, but it is very slow, my system.
Okay. If that is not, did you dump the PLC code after putting web
Yes,
visualization
sir.
here?
I logged in actually.
Uh-huh. And did you do login with change? Second option. You have
That
to.
is the first time I logged in, sir. So that didn't ask.
Okay. Okay.
So after that, I tried with the help of Google Chrome, sir, but it
Mhm.
is saying that
If you
not found.
refresh the same page and try for some time. If it doesn't work, then sometimes Chrome usually sometimes some one or two cases Chrome doesn't work. So you may want to try it in other browser also if you want. That is very rarely, but if it's not working in Chrome, then it is your whatever it has been dumped to the PLC. It has not taken it.
Shall I share my screen, sir? I think I can share my
You
screen.
can share. Yeah, share.
So this is what I'm getting,
Okay.
sir. Access to.
Can you go to the courses?
This is.
Okay. Just go to PLC. That is that now you see there. What is the name what you had given in the web visu here left? That is web, right?
Yes, sir.
Make it web visu because name of the HTML file you have given same. So that also if you should make it same. You may want to disconnect the PLC. Stop, log out, and then give the name as web v capital visu. You may have to delete it and put it again. Keep it as it. Make it web Visio. No, web Visio.
Visio. Okay. Oh, sorry.
V capital.
W also capital, sir.
No. W. Yeah, W also capital. Sorry. Now web Visio is there. Fixed. Keep it. Keep the scaling option to be fixed. Yeah, that let it be. That screen. Okay. Now build. Login. Second option you have to click. Yes.
Okay.
Click OK. Wait for it to run. Yeah, now run PLC. Run PLC there. So when you dump code by default, go to PLC again. Go to CodeSys again. When you dump the code, right, it'll be in stop condition. Now press play button there top, so that PLC is running. Yeah, now it is running. This screen is the target Visio what you are getting. Go to Chrome now. Refresh.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Click the link once. Did you put HTTPS?
HTTPS. No, sir. I will try. PS.
No, don't put HTTPS. It's HTTP only. HTTP colon
Okay.
/ localhost webvisio.html. Yeah.
Sir, after localhost, whether I need to put colon, sir?
Yes.
Okay, that's
So-
what I have. So web W capital and
No, keep the small name same itself. One more thing. Okay. Do you have any other browser in your system? You have Edge, right? Try Edge, because
yes,
sometimes it doesn't work in Chrome. That's very rarely, but usually it works.
okay.
You can try again. As for the courses, there are no other settings to be done.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Maybe there may be some internal issues in my computer also.
Okay. Now type localhost. We'll see. Usually. Try in this.
I think there is some issues in my
Oh,
computer.
yeah.
Maybe
Okay. No, the link what you have written / only, right?
Yes, sir. / only. Localhost colon 8080 / webvisio.html.
Okay, but anybody else facing this issue? Because this is not common. Usually, it'll straightforward from there itself. You'll be able to visualize.
Okay, sir. I will try in my another system, sir. I
Okay.
will try.
You are able to run the script, right?
Sir, actually, I joined late, sir, so I missed that open Modelica part.
Okay.
So that I have to look into your videos, sir.
Okay.
That's it.
So, as far as the CodeSys side, there's only that much options to be there. Sometimes it won't work for localhost. You may want to try putting localhost as your IP also, replacing that localhost with your device laptop IP.
Okay, sir. Okay, I will try that, sir.
Yeah, even with that, sometimes it works. So you can try that way also.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So now I will. Shall I stop sharing, sir?
Yeah, sure.
No.
Anybody else having the same issue?
Sir, yeah, the video recording will be shared to you just after this session.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thanks, sir.
Okay, sir. Is there any other participant who is facing the same issue? I think we can go ahead, Ajay.
Yeah,
Yes.
sure. So as I was saying, so here, if you want, if by chance your local host is not working, you can even put your IP and try. So this is not specific to Chrome also. So if by chance it is not running in Chrome, you can try in Edge or other web browsers. Depending on the browser, it might be slower or faster, but it will work. Oh, sorry, 0. So now it is running in both Chrome as well as in Edge. So those are the two ways you can use. If you're using in your PC itself, where the Codsys PLC is there, you can use localhost. If you're just like how I showed last time, if you want to visualize it in another system, but PLC is still running in the current system, you use the PLC or the current system's IP and put it in terms of replacing the local host. And if the Codsys environment is open, you'll be able to visualize it in the Codsys itself. So once you dump the code, and if the PLC code is satisfactory, you don't have to change anything. You can close the Codsys environment. Codsys environment is not necessarily required to be open to run the PLC. So this Codsys environment is basically to develop the PLC, uh, write programs or insert functions to the PLC like WebVisU or the OPCUA function. So you write that, dump it to PLC, and then when you're disconnecting from if you want to close the environment, you don't stop the PLC, keep it running, just disconnect. And then you can just close this. So if you haven't saved it, it'll ask you to save it or not. For now, I won't save it. And then, so the environment is closed, but see, you can see that the target Visio as well as the web Visio is still running. Until unless your in bottom the tray that Codsys WinSys tray is running, this page as well as the target page will be running. Now, if I say stop PLC, it'll stop and then it'll close. So now this page has frozen. So now it's not running. Now, if I just want to run the PLC and do not do any development as such, so just start PLC. So it will start the local Visio as well as the web Visio. So that Codsys environment, whatever we learned before, is a development screen or the development environment where you want to put the put the functions and the variables, or the configuration of the PLC can be done. For running, you don't necessarily need that. So if one of the models are not running, so now CodeSys is running, but OpenModelica is not running. But still, I ran the script. So it will throw an error and it will close itself. So you can see that the OpenModelica is not running. So there's no simulation going on the OpenModelica side, but CodeSys is running, and still I run the script. It'll try to connect. It'll search for OpenModelica if it is running or not. If not, it'll throw an error and close itself. So those are some small troubleshootings. That is, make sure that you have both of the system running. And if now one thing I'll show you, if you don't keep it in real time, if I don't put this flag, and if I run this, and I keep the interactive simulation on, but I won't run the simulation in real time, but it'll run in simulation time. That'll be depending on the engine or depending on the processing power of the laptop, it'll simulate. So up till this point, there won't be any change. Once you start the simulation, you can see the change. That it'll be much faster. It'll finish simulating much faster because now it's not doing real time. Now you see that it is client got connected because both are running. OpenModelica as well as the CodeSys is running. Now I'll set one wall opening and then start PLC. Start the modeling simulation. Now if you see here, see before you saw that it was not going, the progress was going very slow. It was going in terms of in the real time. Now it is, you can see it is going much faster. So what it'll do the 100-second simulation and stop itself. Complete the simulation and done. So this is not going in terms of real time process. So that is the significance. So, but in the simulation window, if you see here, everything is fine. So it is still simulating. It is still giving the values. So, but main thing is that it is not simulating in the real time. So it is much faster than that actually. So that whatever 100-second I gave there when I ran the OpenModelica, it will be over before completing actual 100 seconds. Now it is done. So it will just session done. Now if I change the value, for some time simulation will be running, but it will say this is 100% run. So it will be faster. I mean, it's not going in terms of real time. That's the main difference of not keeping the real time flag. Simulation will run. There's no problem of running simulation. It's just the speed of the simulation. So if somebody has a i7 processor or a higher clock speed processor, simulation will be faster. If somebody is running a lower configured laptop, simulation will be slower. So simulation won't be on a fixed timeline. So that is the difference of dash RT equal to 1.0. So that I'm running it in real time. Now one more thing I want to show you is so what this script, I gave it as an executable file, what this script internally has. So that script I'll show you in terms of IDE. So this is a script what Ritesh and me myself have developed. Basically Ritesh was the one who wrote the whole code, and I have been using that code for the CodeSys connection. So I didn't want to go in detail on what is all written inside the Python code. That's why I had created an executable file and given it to you. So for ease of access. So this is what the Python code of that script looks like. The OPC script, which we are running to link between Open Modelica as well as CodeSys. So model is still running, no problem. And then if I click stop, done. So I think we're almost at the end of my session. If there are any other, if there are any questions or queries, I think we can conclude.
Ajay, can you hear
Yes,
me?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I have a fundamental question, nothing to do with the way you are done.
Sure, sir. Go ahead.
Why for this project, Raspberry Pi and CodeSys is used instead of a normal PLC?
So main advantage of using Raspberry Pi or CodeSys is the ease of access. So main PLC, as you know, it's an additional hardware. So you purchase that PLC, which is of some price. It might be depending on the brand. So whatever may be the brand, and then you purchase that PLC. So, and major thing of a particular branded PLC is that they will have themselves another code to configure that PLC. And if you have to link it to any third-party application such as Open Modelica, you'll need to write your own code to link that PLC's software as well as the Open Modelica. Since CodeSys mainly works on OPC UA, for any data sharing, CodeSys has by default OPC UA without doing any additional coding. Just you have to select it. That is why we had gone for CodeSys. And why Raspberry Pi is that CodeSys by itself needs to dump the PLC or a computational device on that, which will make it as a PLC and run. So we can use it on a laptop also, since Raspberry Pi is the smallest single board computer and easily accessible. So we put it on the Raspberry Pi. So the major advantage of CodeSys is that it has the OPC UA by default, and it is partially freeware. That is, you can run 2 hours without having to give any license or such.
Okay, I understand. So for a training purpose or for academic institutes, this is a better option.
Yes, CodeSys is a better option.
One more question on the same thing. If you have a physical standard PLC, it comes with a certain number of IOs, input output.
Yes.
So that is also can be a limitation. Is there any limitation in this setup for can we have maybe 100 input outputs simulation possible?
Simulation wise, yes. For simulation, if you as long as you don't connect 100 physical IOs. So this CodeSys again, since it is a soft PLC, it's basically in software. So when you have to connect the physical IOs, there it will have limitations. Like a normal PLC, what limitation it has, right?
Yeah.
Same limitations will be applicable when you connect the physical IOs. But if you want to simulate those IOs, there's no limitation.
That means a big part of the process, with several tanks and valves and other instruments, it is possible.
Yeah. Yes.
There is no limitation. Okay.
No limitation. So if you see the one what we have implemented in BMSC, it has 3 tanks.
Okay.
3 tanks, individual tanks has level as well as temperature. So per tank, there are totally tank level, temperature, wall opening, flow rate, leak flow rate, heater. So around 7 to 8 variables per tank. And then you have 3 tanks.
Okay.
So there's no limitation on that side.
Yeah, that can be another advantage more than what you mentioned. Because this could be one question which may arise when either BMS or Modelicon interact with the industry professionals. No,
Yeah.
they will be looking at a real physical PLC or HMI
Yes.
rather than this type of setup. Okay, that's only my feedback.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Any other questions from the participant side?
Sir, can I ask one question?
Yeah, please
Yeah,
go ahead,
sure.
madam.
Go ahead.
Sir, why we are using Raspberry Pi instead of means not I'm asking. I got the question answer of Raspberry Pi, but I'm asking why we are not using BeagleBone or Arduino because that is the high processing and it have means less cost, no?
So we can use BeagleBone no problem until so for courses you need at least uh, some gigahertz of processing power. So if you match that gigahertz of processing power, you'll definitely able to connect it. One more thing is that in the courses environment, when you the soft PLC, it has that device specific coding. So Raspberry Pi, it has several parts of libraries already inbuilt. So if you just select Raspberry Pi, that's it. You don't have to do additional work is the main cause of using Raspberry Pi. If you are running, say, a BeagleBone board in Raspbian OS, that is Debian, you'll be able to connect courses to it. No problem.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Any other questions from participants? I think
Good.
there are no
Yes.
other
Yeah.
questions. So,
So yeah,
yes,
basically main thing is in Codesys is a very little vast software. So it has a lot of features by itself. So it might take a little time to grasp all the processes it has internally, and how we have to use it. We can use it in a several different way. Now what me and Ritesh we have presented is one part of the way or one part of the solution or one way we can solve the what we wanted at the end, but there are several parallel way we can do it also. Instead of OPC UA, we can use something else which Codesys is compatible with. So Codesys has several other communication platforms also, say Modbus, Profinet, Ethernet. So there are additional softwares also we can use, but this is the ones simplest, or you can say with less user interfaces or more less development. You can combine the simulating engine, that is Open Modelica, to a PLC or the control logic implementation using OPC UA.
So, from computer science students' perspective, can you give some examples of real-time applications where we can use these courses and implement that?
So, computer science point of view, I don't think you'll need Codesys there, because main application of Codesys is process control. So where PLC can be applied, there we put Codesys. Codesys is nothing but a PLC. But on the VR side and Modelica, I think you'll be able to visualize the more on the front end part of it. So by default, just concentrating on computer science, you don't see any hardcore examples as such, but it is like again the multidisciplinary part. So computer science software is required in some other portion where you can put VR and then visualize it.
No, because nowadays we talk about IoT and we talk about sensors, actuators. So it's like data being collected and then we send it to the base station. So these things can we actually do on courses?
Yes. So Codesys has this. So that part of the that is data collection you are talking about. So that is sensors, actuators are physically connected to some network, and then you take the data, manage the data, and so that collecting data and managing data part you can do it in CodeSys. So just like
Maybe
how just like how we connected data from Open Modelica, you can connect it. So what you can do is the sensors or the actuators, you can put it in OPC UA platform, and then we're using same CodeSys OPC UA platform, you can collect the data and then visualize it. You can put the HMI and visualize the data in real time.
Because for the same water tank, like we can also have a temperature sensor deployed there, and
Definitely.
actually the data can be collected, and then
Yes.
we can actually look into that.
Yes. So that is not, as I said, that is not just the control computer science point of view. Is that so?
Got it.
It will become to multidisciplinary. So when main use of CodeSys comes in multidisciplinary, where you want to do some kind of visualization or some kind of control, say maybe a data collection, simple as that, or some data manipulation, data conditioning if you want to do, and then you put it on an HMI or a web server of OPC UA or any of the platform. So that part can be done in CodeSys.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Any other questions? I think we can end the session now.
Yeah,
Ajay,
sure, sir.
is
We
it
can
fine?
conclude. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can conclude.
Okay. So I thank Mr. Ajay once again to create an awareness among the participants about what we have discussed yesterday. So while discussing in the previous session, there were queries regarding how the interaction happens, and that is what uh, pointed out by Professor Pawar. So with this, we'll conclude this session. Once again, thanks to Ajay and all the participants. Though it was a holiday and it was a festival, year's first festival, you have taken time to join this particular session. Thank you once again. And one more thing I would like to bring to your notice is that since the session was planned 1 year ago, we didn't knew that this is going to coincide with the festival. So this is one thing, and we are going to meet once again at 3 p.m., wherein Ritesh and Monisha will be able to share their views with respect to the next topic, that is as per the schedule. With this short note, I would like to thank one and all once again. Have a good day.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.